So we have business past paper for 2024, living certificate examination, business hire. So go to question, we're going to treat question 1 to 5 today. Okay, let's see. Section 1, are you there? They said, this section is compulsory. Answer 8 questions. Each question carries 10 marks. So column 1 is a list of business terms. Column 2 is a list of possible explanations for these terms. So we have column 1, partnership, cooperative, franchise, merger, and takeover. So we need to find the meanings from the column 2. Partnership. Do you get that? Partnership? Partnership is what? A business with a maximum of 2 and a minimum of 2% and maximum of 20 owners. So that's partnership. So 1 is B. Do you get that? So question 1 is B. 2. For 2, I said cooperative. When you talk about cooperative is a business that is set up by members. It's a business that is set up within the members. So we have the doctors cooperative, we have the teachers cooperative, producers cooperative. These are members. They are in the same line of occupation and they set up a business. That's cooperative. So do you get what I said here? So what do you think? What my explanation here? Where do you think it matches? D. A business set up, owned, and controlled by its members. Yes. So question 2 is D. Do you get that now? Okay. Question 3, they said a franchise. A franchise is an agreement between a franchisee and a franchisor. It means you are allowed to use the brand name of a company as your own business. That is what a franchise is. So for question 3, where do you think what I said matches up with? F. Great. So a franchise is the right to use a business model in exchange for a fee and a percentage of profit. The model here is just the brand name, like McDonald's, KFC in Libya. KFC in Libya could be a franchise. Do you get that? So for question 3 is what? F, right? Yeah. Question 4, merger. When we talk about merger, it means integration. Two or more businesses are coming together to form a business. That is merger. So where is merger here? 2 businesses join together to form a new legal entity. So it's A for question 4, A. Do you get that? For question 5, this takeover. When you talk to takeover, the last option we have there is the answer anyway. But takeover means you are acquiring another business. You are acquiring another business. That is takeover. So what's the answer there? A business taking control of another business by purchasing the majority of its voting shares. You acquired it. So for you to have the majority of the voting shares, you might have 49% of the shares. So if you have 49% of the shares, you literally do not have the business. You get it? So that means takeover. Takeover is different from merger. Merger means 2 business A, B, C coming together to become A, B, C. But when it comes to acquisition, it means business A is taking over business B to become business A. Yeah. Did you get that? Any question? So we'll move on to, so 1 is B, 2 is D, 3 is F, 4 is A, 5 is E. Do you get everything right? Great. So go to question 2. The meanings of these letters. So IDA, do you get that?
It's International Development Association.
No, Industrial Development Agency. Industrial Development Agency. Industrial Development Agency. The CEO.
Chief Executive Officer.
Yeah, Chief Executive Officer. I got that. ECB. European Central Bank. European Central Bank. Then we have CRO. Company Registration Office. CRO. I think it's clear. And WTO. Trade Organization. Yes. World Trade Organization. I think those ones are clear. So we move on to question 3. Did you do that?
Yeah.
Community development. When I talk about community development, it's simply a development of local areas and local community for social and economical development. But it's carried out with the efforts of the citizens around there. So this is Sierra. So there's community development in Sierra if the citizens in Sierra are willing to help socially and economically. To get community development here. So I wrote here, community development applies to the development of local areas socially and economically through the help or effort of local citizens and residents. Did you get that? So that's question 3. Then we'll go to Roman figure 2. It said, outline one service offered by a community development organization of your choice. Yeah, look at here. They could be training workshop to train citizens to train residents in Sierra that do not have jobs, so that they can become well equipped and they can become they can become employable. So there could be training workshop, there could be grants, they could give them money to start small businesses like a micro business. There could be advice, there could be mentoring, there could be use of premises. So if Sierra wants to develop, the community in Sierra might as well give a land to a school to set up here, or give a land to a business to set up here. These are part of community development. Do you get it? There could be a football field in Sierra. It's community development. That's why we call it social and economical. Do you get it? Any questions about it? So we'll go to question 4. Are you there? They said, circle the correct options in the case of each of the following statements. The difference between the target output in units and the break-even point in units is referred to as, we call it margin of safety. Let me explain to you. There's break-even. Break-even means your total cost equals to your total revenue. Your total cost equals to your total revenue. That's your break-even. So the difference between what you have produced and your break-even point is your margin of safety. So margin of safety comes immediately after your break-even. Did you get it? Then, so it's margin of safety for question 4, Roman figure 1. Roman figure 2, a break-even chart does consider, no, a break-even chart does not consider economies of scale. A break-even chart is a chart that shows the break-even point and the margin of safety. It does not talk about economies of scale. Economies of scale is about average cost of production, which is as a result of expansion. So there's economies of scale. Economies of scale is like this. These economies of scale. So these are our average cost of production. Economies of scale occurs because the average cost of production starts reducing. That's the economies of scale. But when it comes to break-even point, it's a chart that shows the point of our margin, the margin of safety, the break-even point, and the loss of profit that could be made by the business. So the break-even chart does not talk about economies of scale. Clear? So Roman figure 2 does not. The third one, in a break-even chart, the fixed cost or total cost remains the same irrespective of an increase in the output of unit. No, the fixed cost remains the same. Fixed cost doesn't change irrespective of output. It is fixed. It doesn't change. The word fixed is constant. So it's fixed cost. I think it's clear. Roman figure 4. The total revenue in break-even chart is calculated by multiplying the forecast output in units by the variable cost per unit, no, by the selling price per unit. When we are calculating total revenue is price multiplied by quantity sold. So the quantity sold there is the forecasted output, Q, multiplied by P, is TR. So it is not VC, it is SP. Do you get it? So it is selling price. Are you with me? Then Roman figure 5. A product makes a profit/loss before it reaches the break-even point on a break-even chart. Now, behind the break-even point is a loss. So if you cannot break even, you are making a loss. Do you get the point here? Let's say this is your break-even point. Behind this is a loss. Further it is profit. So in between here is margin of safety. Do you get it? So a break-even point. So a product makes a loss before it reaches the break-even point on the break-even chart. Do you get it? Continue. Now question 5. Are you there? Yeah, they said outline 2 functions of the European Parliament. A parliament is just a legislative body that makes or that passes law. That is a parliament. So when parliament now, when you relate it to the European Parliament talks about, it approves EU budget because, in Europe, the European Union, it's a body that comprises Ireland and other European countries. So whatever happens, because they spend the same euros, So it simply means that whatever happens, it is by law made in the European Parliament, not an Irish law. The European Parliament, they make the law that governs all members of the European Union. So the European Parliament approves the annual European Union budget and monitors spending of the EU funds by each country and institution. So the ECB is monitored under the European Parliament. The euro that is being spent is under European Parliament. Whatever happens within the EU, the European Union will spend money on banks, on rail, on whatever they have to do, whatever development they carry on. It has to be budgeted. And for this budget to be approved, it has to come through the European Parliament. Does it make sense now? So that's the first one. Then the second one I wrote is that they discuss and debate proposed new laws. So if there's a new law from maybe a member country like Ireland, maybe Ireland is proposing a new law that could help European Union. It will not, Ireland is just a country, a member of the European Union. It cannot do things on its own. It has to propose it to the European Parliament. And as soon as it proposes it to the European Parliament, they review it, they discuss it, and they pass it to law. Did you get my point? So those are the two functions I wrote here. The first one is about approval of annual EU budget, which is economical. And the second one is propose new laws. And that is about legislation. Is it clear? So we stop for now, for today. So we did question 1 to question 5. So in the next class, we'll continue. Okay? Was it helpful?
Thank you.